So, good morning, my dear students. Welcome to today's physics class. We are in chapter motion, and before we start today's class, let us quickly recap the things which we have studied yesterday. So, we studied about distance time graph for both uniform motion and non-uniform motion. We also studied about velocity time graph for uniform motion, for non-uniform motion, and also for uniform acceleration. Now students, this uniform acceleration part is going to be very important for today's topic, as today we are going to discuss equations of motion and we'll also prove the equations of motion using graph. So there we will be using velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. Therefore, I want you to recall whatever we have discussed yesterday regarding uniform acceleration. So first of all, let us write down the three equations of motion. So three equations of motion are: number one, v equals to u plus a t. We'll discuss what is v, what is u, what is a, what is t once we finish writing the equations of motion. Second equation of motion is s equals to ut plus half at square. Then the third equation of motion is twice as equals to v square minus u square. So these are the three equations of motion which we are going to prove one by one. So these are the three equations of motion. Now here u is the initial velocity, v is the final velocity, then s stands for displacement, a stands for acceleration, and obviously t stands for time. So these are the five physical quantities which are used in each of these equations. Now one thing to be noticed here, in each of the equation we are using any four out of these five physical quantities. So in equation 1, if you see, there is final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration and time. So there are four quantities. Again in the second equation also, s is displacement, then u is initial velocity, t is time, and then again a is acceleration. So again we have four physical quantities here. And in the third equation also we will see that there are four quantities: acceleration, displacement, final velocity, initial velocity. So in any of these equations we are using only the four out of these five physical parameters which we have written here. Now to prove each of the equations, we will draw only one graph, or we will rather use only one velocity time graph. Using that particular velocity time graph we can prove all the three equations of motion. So today I will be proving the first equation of motion using the graphical method. So let's start. So before that we need to draw what? The velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. So let me draw the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. So please note down all these things, because now I am going to rub these things. So now let me draw the velocity time graph. We draw the velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. So this is origin, this is x-axis, This is y-axis. Now if you remember, the graph of uniform acceleration was what? Is a straight line from the origin. Or if we consider that initial velocity is not zero, we have to start not from origin, rather we'll start from somewhere here, and we know this will be a straight line in which the velocity keeps on increasing for what? Uniform acceleration. So it keeps on increasing at the same rate. So that's why it is called uniform acceleration. So let us denote this point be the starting point, or the point in which we will consider the initial velocity. Then let this be the final point, and this point we will consider as what? The final velocity. So let this be point B. Now let us draw a perpendicular to the x-axis from this point, and let this point be C. Let us draw a parallel line to OC, and let this be denoted with point D, and let us consider this point as E. So our graph is almost ready. Now let us write down few of the quantities such as initial velocity, acceleration, final velocity, and time. So here let OA be equal to CD. Now OA and CD will be same, so let OA equal to CD, and let us consider now this point is what? Initial point. So from O to A we can consider it as what? Initial velocity. So OA equal to CD can be written as what? U, that is initial velocity. Similarly, this was our final point, and corresponding point on the y-axis is what? B, and we know along y-axis we take what? Velocity. We take what? Velocity. Right, velocity. And along x-axis we take what? Time. Right here, time along x-axis. Now from O to B we can write what? We can consider this as what? Final velocity. From point O to B we will consider this as final velocity. So we can write OB equals to CE equals to, we can write final velocity. Now we know that time is taken along x-axis. So from point O to C we can consider this as, we can consider this point as time t. So this OC is same as what? AD. OC and AD are same, so we can write OC equals to AD equals to time t. So our graph is ready now. So yesterday we have discussed the importance of graph in finding acceleration. So how can we find acceleration from velocity time graph? We know that acceleration is equal to what? Slope of the velocity time graph. So now acceleration is what? Equal to slope of can write VT graph. We can write what? Acceleration equal to slope of VT graph. Now the question is how to find the slope of VT graph here. Remember students, if we take a right angle triangle, let's say this is a right angle triangle ABC, this is 90 degree and this is an acute angle, that is the hypotenuse making an acute angle with the base. Now in this case, whenever we talk about slope, so slope can be written as what? Perpendicular divided by base. So in this case we can write AB by BC. Similarly, we have to consider slope of VT graph. Now we know the graph started from point A and it finished at point E. So this is our actually VT graph. Now for this, with this graph, if you take the perpendiculars, it will be what? ED and AD. So this is forming a right angle triangle exactly like this. So here the perpendicular is what? ED and base is what? AD. So slope is what? Now acceleration we can replace with what? Letter A. And slope of VT graph, here the perpendicular is what? ED. We can write slope is what? Perpendicular by base. So here perpendicular is what? ED and base is what? AD. So what is ED? ED is nothing but what? EC minus CD. Now if you have to find ED, how can we find? We can, suppose we have to find this part. So what will you do? You will take the whole part from here to here and then you will subtract this part, and if you subtract this part we will only get what? This part. So ED can be written as EC minus what? CD, and AD can be also, AD can be written as what? OC. Therefore now EC means what? If you see here, EC or C is same thing, we can write what? V and minus CD. Now CD will be equal to what? U. And what is mean by OC? OC is what? T. So here we got A equals to V minus U by T, which already we know. This is the formula to find acceleration. Now from here, what can we write? If you take the T to the left hand side, becomes AT, and left hand side we are left with V minus U. Then if you take the U to the left hand side, let me write here. So continuing from here, you can write AT plus, if you take the U to the left hand side, it becomes plus U, and we are left with only V on the right hand side. Now swapping left hand side and right hand side, we can write V equals to U plus AT. So this is the derivation of first equation of motion. So this is how we derive the equation of motion, and in the next class we will derive the other two equations. So that's all for today. Thank you, my dear students.